Used to be water that would run right through here. And of course, yeah, when people start using it for four-wheeling trails and stuff. And then where you see all the sage, or all the brush here, this one's sage. The river used to actually cut right through here. But then after we had flooding one year, it cut the side of the hill off, dropped it down, and changed the river. Yes, I was having fun with that. Thought about bringing my gold pan along, and then my little sluice thing, but I was like, no. Yep. So this right here is actually cut off from the hillside back there from when there was big flooding. All that right there, we had some flooding and it cut the hill down, and that's what created all this and changed the river. Because this right here, yeah, the river shifted probably 40 feet or something like that, because it was like off over here originally, but it still had the curvature, just, yeah, the way it washed through it all it did was move the bend of the river over. I'll have to go back around to the other trail. Yeah, this used to be the river originally right here. Well, part of it. It's shifted a few times over the years. This thing is bigger than me. Of course, that rock's pretty much bigger than me. Little slick. Trying to be careful where you step. So yeah, you can see right back there how it's kind of looks like it's been cut away. Yeah, part of the river does go behind there and pops out down over there. It's more like a creek, but it's down further. Not right there, but it's down further. At some point, all this will, yeah. I was gonna use the camera, but yeah. Things I don't like seeing. Granite, great spot. But yeah. This is a good little spot. Still hard to see that going on, and yeah, so there's people would pack their trash out. Reach the end of the dream. Yep. The gate's open, all that stuff, so I don't know if that's, yeah. I don't see any sign. You just block so cars don't come back here anymore. But I'm also not sure if this is washing. Oh yeah, they took it. Ran the dozer this way to block it. It's crazy. Oh, I see it now. Right there. I'm not gonna go trespassing people's properties. Unless it's beyond that point, but I'm not testing. Plenty of firewood. Little chicken. Yeah, I don't like that either. I don't care if you guys see my shadow. Are you afraid of my shadow? smart. Not smart. I mean, good spot. That's the type of spot I'd look for to put a shelter like that in, but not so close to a river area where water runoff tends to go through these pockets. Pretty cool. So where it's kind of light green and then it's dark. There's a shelf right there. And during the summer, the water's down lower and you'll be able to see it. But that's where the undertow was at. When I was a teenager, that's where it was really bad. Because it would go underneath. It's like a little cave underneath for the flooding, which filled it in. But we still dealt with the undertow there. And I remember getting stuck in it and having to pull myself out through the top part of the little cave thing to get to the shelf, like to the ledge. And my brother saw me under the water trying to pull myself out, and all I could do is just get my hands above the water. And so my brother Jess, he grabbed a hold of me and helped pull me out of that. But yeah, that's what the cross over there is for, because they've had people drown here because of that. And it's not even that deep, of all things. I mean, we used to take large rocks and stuff and weigh ourselves down and walk across the river. And at the deepest spot, I want to say at most it's maybe 20 feet deep. At most. If that. Maybe 15 feet deep. So it's just, yeah. But this is where my brother and I, we rode our bikes from my folks' place, which is like 7 or 8 miles away. It was downhill to get here, but all uphill to get back. But we rode our bikes here just so we could ride down this, ride down the rocks and right into the river, pull our bikes out, get out, and ride all the way back. That's literally all we did. And then we ended up that day going with my dad up to go to the commissary and the PX up in Fort Lewis. Anyways, I hope you guys got to enjoy that. I obviously didn't talk as much as I normally would. Um, just hoping folks will enjoy the. Oh, it's pretty scary. Will actually enjoy the vid. A little different, not so rambly. I've just been dealing with a lot of things, obviously, and there's things that I'm just not really talking about. You know what I mean? Other than what I already have. No, this actually turned out to be a pretty good little walking stick. A little surprise. But now I came out here, brought the camera out just in case, see if there might be some good pictures to take, but not really. There's a few that I could take with just the phone. So what's up?
How come there's certain times I usually walk by the Clackamas River,
Mhm.
in Clydesdale, and I've seen rivers probably all over the world, and I've seen how they change colors. Right now there's this beautiful turquoise color.
The green and the colors to it.
Yeah, it's just, to me, very turquoise. Kind of, green.
Where the Willamette's more brown.
Yeah, I wondered if it's because it just snowed, once the snow starts,
Yeah,
and
clean.
it
You
rains,
got the
then
clean
it gets
runoff.
all muddy,
Yeah. No, it's the cleaner runoff
It's clean,
here.
yeah.
Not as many boats can get in this water, and there's not as much sewage drains and stuff like that going
So
into
this
it.
is the natural.
Yeah, this is a lot cleaner over here.
Those words, kind of interesting. Yeah, my family lives out here, so I got to come out today. I said, I want to come out early because I used to live out this way, and I just know it's just gorgeous by the river. What a gorgeous day. I feel privileged.
I used to come here as a kid, and it used to always be packed. So now that it's so quiet, it's actually nice to come here and be able to go for a walk and not feel like I'm gonna step on someone. So yeah.
But can you walk along here?
You can get as far as like say that little bend right there, but otherwise I had to go this way to get further down, and kind of wind my way around.
Well, I saw there was a path kind of going, so if I took that, I might go further.
Oh yeah, you'll be able to get further down. There'll be different spots that'll pop you out too. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
where do you live now?
Oh, I'm still living out in Beaver Creek area, so yeah, out there between Beaver Creek, Oregon City, and all that.
Sometimes
So
we get too busy, and I used to live out by the mall. Well, this is the mall. I used to live right on the wall by Dickey Prairie.
Oh yes,
And I was just reminiscing in my mind about
I just went up
how
to.
quiet and beautiful. Well, it got real busy when I first moved there. There was the log trucks coming out of the mountains right there, and then that stopped. But the tourist, I guess, or whatever you call it, they're calling it. Now they call it the corridor.
Yep.
Yep. The corridor. My granddaughter, talks about how it's gorgeous in some of the places.
That's where I spent most of my time. Go camping, hiking, all that. I would go get my hunting permits. Whether I could get something or not, I didn't care. The point was I had an excuse to go camping for a week and get out of work. I loved it up there, and then I just recently went up there to see it after the fires, and it's so different, and I just can't stand seeing that. Yeah, it's so different.
They were just like a mile from that mill. I couldn't believe it when they said that mill. Can you imagine all that lumber and how that must have...
Well, it's like the same
a
thing.
mile from their house. I'm just like,
Well, it's like Detroit Lake and all. The same thing happened out there. The fire started right next to the mill and wiped the mill out.
Oh, it
And
did too.
yeah, so it's like, yeah, that's why they question whether or not it was intentional or not, because of just the way they were placed. Oh, I didn't even notice that right there.
I don't have the best eyesight. Maybe it's just something real banal. Because of my eyesight. But I just decided to make it an interesting way to live. It's amazing. I get up close to something. I can see pretty good, but I can't read real good. But if I get it just right, and bright light, yeah. I'm an astrologer, and this is my newest mountain astrologer, and it's talking about that eclipse that's coming up just in a month.
Isn't that in just about a week or so?
April 8th.
April 8th? Okay, so that's
And I
next
think
month.
It's the 7th or 8th today. Yeah. But it's a full total eclipse, and it's going to be seen all the way from Texas to Maine.
Oh, wow.
It's diagonal.
It's going to go almost straight across the country.
Well, kind of diagonal. Yeah, so there's going to be, I guess we'll see part of it, a partial part of it. And it's supposed to last for 4 minutes, which is a good long. Will be longer than the one that was in 17. Yeah.
Well, I hope you have.
That was in this area, so yeah, I'm getting some. And I liked when I read it. I said, I always have trouble explaining when people ask me, well, what does the eclipse mean? Well, this article actually sounded like me. It can be either uncovering something or covering something up. So it can go either way. So I'm like, oh, okay, well that's why I'm kind of ambivalent about it.
It's to hide or reveal.
The higher reveal.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
That's a good, you got it. In the Stockholms, like Elon's the head. Yeah, well thanks for chatting a bit. It's kind of fun. Although, yeah, I come out here just to say. I met a woman my age. She started coming to our peanut butter. She's just such an amazing person, and I kind of almost, well, I have regrets when people say they just came back from being where it was warm and nice. I almost went to Mexico. My ticket backed out for different reasons, but anyway, but she was talking about going and staying, and I said, she's a lot of family, and she said, no, she didn't stay with family. Amazingly, she sounded like me, who just likes to get by herself. And I said, well, where do you stay then? She said, my motorhome. Oh, okay.
It's like, I have my escape vehicle. I'm good.
She's all by herself, and anyway, on the way out here, anyway, it automatically popped into my head like, oh gosh, I wonder if she wants a buddy or whatever. But then I'm like, well, that kind of defeats my purpose, because usually I want to be by myself on a retreat. I live by myself, so I'm good at it. Anyway, but I thought, well, don't close the door, because maybe you would work, you just don't know. Try it for like a couple weeks or something. And you have to literally allow space. And that's what my niece said I was going to stay with down in Mexico. Her and I do okay, but she's like more hyper, and she sometimes is like, I have to tell you, I want to go here, and I want to go with so-and-so, and you're not invited. Okay, I got the picture, that's fine with me, So yeah, there's always that kind of stuff. When you're by yourself, you can usually find people to share something beautiful, or the sunset. Or I said, that's why you have cameras, because I was going to whip that out next. Yeah, and you can, talk to somebody right then, or later say, look at this beautiful thing, and you can still share it with somebody that way. So, anyway, I'm Alice.
I'm Jason. It's nice to meet you.
Jason, yeah, and you're a local person out here like me, playing.
Gotta enjoy the wild spaces, especially while they're here and we're still alive. So.
Every day is a gift. I get to see my granddaughter today. She's 16, so I don't
Oh, heck
get
yeah.
here. I don't get to see And I have to just offer up a prayer of energy and healing to her now. This is my 4th time. Said she found out she has this severe scoliosis.
Ooh.
And it's very, and she's so active. I guess there's nothing, it's like a kind of inherited tendency or something. They said it wasn't anything about her fault, but yet they're checking on her diet. She's anemic, they're looking into that. And all of a sudden she's got all of that going besides being a teenager. She has the cutest little boyfriend. And I'm glad for that because he's real, then that takes one thing off her plate. She doesn't have to worry about boys. And she's got a horse, and she's part of the high school horse equestrian thing. That's a big thing. Twice a week goes, and then once a month they have a meet over
It's good to keep busy, especially with the healthy programs like that for kids these days. So.
Yeah, and she shovels the stall, and she even works for another lady and shovels stalls and does little errands and stuff.
I remember those days doing all the horse stall clean-ins and then go bucking hay during the summer, picking berries.
So, what I'm saying? Yeah, she did that. So, I mean, if any kid, she's not sitting around on the screen all the time. She's very active, so why did this come upon her? Just adolescence, I guess, girls.
She gets to be an inspiration for others. She's a blessing.
Jason,
So,
did you say, or Jacob?
Jason. She gets to be an inspiration for others, is what it is. Because we see others.
Something good is going to come out of this.
She's a warrior, so when she's young, she'll be able to keep going forward, especially if she keeps that positive energy.
Spitfire, and when they started talking about operating on her back or racist somewhere in that damn thing. And I was a trained and licensed massage therapist, so I have skills, and I'm still strong enough or at a point right now. I'm 80, but I'm still able to, work on her. And so I'm doing, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something, even if it just helps her to relax.
You're helping give her some good energy and to work through it, and she'll still take that with her, because that's,
Thank you. I have to tell you something. I feel like I probably should tell her now, but I gave her this little mantra. Louise Hay says, these are the attitudes you need to change in order for this specific problem. And it said she needed to give up hopelessness or helplessness or any of that, which I don't really see that, but I could a little. Sometimes teenagers are just like, oh, mom, but
it's okay to have our moments. It's when we get stuck.
it is.
It's when we get stuck, and I know I find myself get stuck at
Especially
times.
her age.
So.
And so that's what they kind of blame this on. She was always tired, and she's so very dramatic. Her birthday's the day after mine. We're strong Leos. But yeah, they do, everything's kind of dramatic age. But I gave her this little mantra, and it said for rounded shoulder and scoliosis. It said, I stand up straight and tall. I stand up tall and free. I love and approve of myself. I love and approve of me. My life is getting better.
She has a strong spiritual nature and a faith in herself, which is good.
She does, so I gave her that, so I reminded her. So I said, are you remembering to say your mantra? She goes, oh, no, the mantra. And then this is what she said. She said, just because I can doesn't mean I should. I'm like, wow. I had to think about that one.
That's wisdom of the soul right there. That's.
She said it like, wow, this is what it is, because I'm sure her mom told her that sometimes, maybe about right too fast or whatever,
Kids are sponges too. They'll pick up on things out of life just from experience and not even intended.
I gave her a little gemstone that the store said. It said, don't drive any faster than your guardian angel can fly. So yeah, she is smart. Thank you, Jason. You reminded me. And when she said that, I Yeah, she's had a little tough in that she has a brother and a sister that are twins, and they're 8 years older than her. And they weren't really necessarily a fan of hers, and I think because of it, she's always been even more independent. And they kind of resent it, like she doesn't want to let anybody help her. I got this, kind of a thing. They're like, well, okay then,
What's funny is I don't mean to cut you off. Is
yeah.
there's a 9-year difference between me and my 2 older siblings.
Oh.
I was pretty much raised an only child after a certain
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
I
that's
deal
what
with
this is.
neurofibromatosis type 2,
What
which
is
neurofibromatosis type 2 is similar to non-Hodgkin's is the easiest thing that I could put it to, but it has destroyed my spine. It's destroyed in 3 places. I'm generally, I'm
Nothing
supposed to.
happens by accident.
Nope. I'm
That
supposed
happened
to
to
be, rely on a wheelchair here and there to prolong my use of my legs. But I found that all I've done is just I keep my faith, and because I'm very Christian and spiritualist at the same time, and I don't give into it, and I keep that faith. I still find myself getting depressed at times,
Yeah.
and all this stuff, and a lot of it was, a lot of it is just, overwhelmed, just like anybody else gets.
Yeah.
And where she's at, she's growing into her own, and she's forming her strengths, and
She has
every
had
little
the church-
piece.
During COVID,
Mhm.
she had the church youth group, and that otherwise,
And-
our family's been. I was raised a Lutheran, and whatever. But
And
she
even
was
then,
really-
it doesn't matter. It's still a piece of
yeah,
God there.
Yeah.
And so she's got influences coming from
does.
positive places
Yep.
that's going to help fuel who she's going to become.
Yep.
And so long as she has that same support, the same sources of good positive energy going to her, she's not going. You don't have anything to worry about when she gets older, because she's going to have all that strength that she's been given, a foundation to build upon. So that way, at some point, not only is she going to do well for herself, but something says she's probably going to help other people dealing with spine issues also.
She is. I have a flashback to when she was just a little. She's so independent. Her parents used to say, "We're just keeping her safe until she's ready to take on the world." They just had a feeling like she's destined for something, and our job right now is just to keep her safe. That kind of goes in with what her little saying. So they're just, taking care of her until, she leaves home. And it's funny because she said she is going to get married and probably have kids too. And she's probably going to do it sooner than Emma. Because Emma's 24. Emma's been slow about finding the right guy. And also her twin brother, Quentin, he doesn't have a gal friend either. But,
It's smart to take it slow, though, and not rush it, 'cause she might find herself in the wrong situation. And I found my generation, we had a habit of rushing things, and then as each one that follows, it's like they try to go faster and faster. And it's like, no, you're still 15.
they do have different values, though. They're
Mhm.
not as much interested in sex, or it's more about they do things in groups,
Mhm.
or they have a friend, and not as much as like our generation. Gosh, we're 18 years old.
Well, they've
We're
got all
ready
the
to get
information
married
at their
now.
fingertips, where us, we didn't have that access. It was trial and error. Thankfully, we didn't have cameras back then to post it, because I don't think these kids had any idea what kind of parents and grandparents and great-grandparents they really had.
And true. And then they missed out on the time with their, usually teenagers like being with other teenagers.
Yep.
They have to have it. There's something about and that was ripped away from them with the COVID. At least she did have that little youth group and a couple of friends, but they kept me away. Even I even took the first 2 shots just so I could at least see my grandkids. And my daughter's a high school teacher.
Oh, wow.
She used to be a math teacher, but now she's a permanent substitute. She's kind of angry and overwhelmed right now because her plate's already full. And some teacher got disgruntled and,
Pulled
said,
some.
2 weeks I'm leaving. So she's filling in
Oh,
hours
no.
for 2 weeks. Permanent means she's got to correct papers because she's taking in. They're trying to hire somebody.
And they have so many requirements for teachers and so many hoops to jump through between gradings and all that stuff.
Poor boys when they're coming. Then she's asked to fill in for 6 weeks, and it just pushes her to her limits. She's got her little farm. They built a whole new little homestead.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, my son-in-law's grandpa, Kip Kapler, he was a pretty big deal around here. He built Arrowhead, actually, and his brother Ralph built the whole airport. Yeah, they're kind of a success story that I like because they were loggers.
Oh, heck yeah.
They were loggers. They had their own truck, and he invented something for logging, something. But back when land was cheap, they bought up a lot of property around the wall.
That's smart. I almost did the same thing down south. Chiloquin area, you can get really cheap land down there for pretty good. Chiloquin, Klamath Falls down there. You can get some pretty good prices and all that, but if anybody wants to worry about cold weather, that's definitely colder down there than it is up here.
So yeah, I grew up in Minnesota.
So the weather would be similar. You'd probably be more used to it in the sense of it can get down to a -15, -20 times down there. And it's because it's up on a mountaintop basin. So it's 4,000 foot elevation, so we're going to get that cold ass weather compared to up here.
I know from Milwaukee, I can see the foothills now. I see them, and they're all white in here now.
Don't you like being able to see that?
Yeah. Chiloquin, huh? Sounds like, yeah, I don't want to live where it's cold anymore. My son is holding down the fort where my parents moved to Gladstone in 1960.
Oh, wow.
My dad managed to get out of farming, and 50 years old. I thought they were really old, but I looked back at it and said, oh gosh, and started all over there. And bought some rentals and stuff too, because my dad was yeah, my son has a wife, and she's like a fancier, up-to-date, not old with things breaking down all the time. And so, but he is a true Scorpio and likes his roots, and he likes family and ancestors, and he doesn't want to leave that place. Because it's like half an acre there in Gladstone. He's got his old...
And you won't find that much in Gladstone.
No, not in Gladstone. He's got his old broke down classic vehicles, a couple of them in the back there. And, a whole garage full of my dad's stuff, and then his stuff added to it now. So I don't know what it would take to get him on with it. But my thing in the last couple of days is you don't have to figure it out, and you don't have to, judge it. Just be thankful. Just be thankful for everything. Just be thankful for everything. It's a good way to go.
Well, I'm going to get heading. You're welcome. You have a good day.
Hugs to you.
Enjoy the sunshine.
Yeah, you're just the perfect person.
Thank you. Be safe. God puts you in a spot for a reason. And it was nice to be able to make somebody smile today. The idea it's another Christian spiritualist and all that in that sense. She's an astrologer, as she was saying. I don't know how much you guys could hear, but that type of stuff does happen to me frequently, and it has over the years. I don't know what to think of it, but I didn't mean for this to carry on for an hour, so I hope you guys got to enjoy this, and I'll try and upload something here again here soon. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day.